Hello everybody, what's up? Dennis Allen, City Boy Homesteader here. I just want to get this off my chest. I want to talk to people about it. I guess it's just about this country and politics and the whole thing with the trucker convoy. I guess me going down to the border inspired some very good friends of mine to say that the whole trucker thing is racist, and there's going to be a lot of Trumpers there. And you know, the people that I know that know me know that I'm not racist. You know, I have one grandmother that's American, I guess a great grandmother that was Native American, my grandmother Puerto Rican. You know, I had to deal with racism growing up from I don't want to say from who, but a very close family member. She is still alive, telling me to hide and not tell people that I'm Puerto Rican when I was younger, you know, because I was proud of it. And you know, so I did have to deal with racists growing up. You know, I did grow up as a white male, that's for sure. I don't speak Spanish or anything, but you know, having that blood in me, I was proud of it. And you know, the person that told me to hide it, very left-leaning, super educated teacher, you know, in the educational system. So I guess I'm just prepping, you know, I am a white guy, and you know, the only time I was ever called a racist was by a white woman in central Pennsylvania that was married to a Trumper. And she said the only reason why I was racist is because I was white. I mean, that does not make any sense. It's kind of the same thing that people are saying now, that all Trumpers are racist. It's definitely not true, because you know, I watch YouTube videos from people on both sides. I have friends that are on both sides. Most of my true friends and my closest friends don't take sides. You know, they look at what's going on and say, this person is doing good, this person is doing bad. You know, I mean, I could say good things about Biden, I could say good things about Trump. I think they both suck. You know, I can't understand how anybody thinks that these people that want to get elected into any kind of position in government are really out for themselves. They're just out for more money, more power, more control. I mean, it's that simple. You know, I grew up very left-leaning, you know, New York City, North Jersey, you know, all definitely Democratic leaning. You know, when Obama became president, I cried, you know, because I was so happy that, you know, things are going to change, you know, because I fell into the bullshit of, you know, the right is racist and the left is for the poor people. That's bullshit. You know, the left has been taken over by big money just as the right has. You know, they both want war. You know, the people talk about military spending, and every year it goes up a lot, and both sides of the party system sign away. You know, I got my Texan flag now, I got my American flag. I mean, that's not racist. You know, my blood, most of my blood in me is German. You know, I'm not flying a German flag or anything. I understand that this country, you know, was formed by immigrants. You know, everybody except for Native American people, which I have a little in me, are the only Native people here. The rest are immigrants. They came here, they did fucked up things to get land, and you know, whatever they happened, but it happened, you know, because the Native American people probably took it from someone else. You know, they were all different tribes. I'm Cherokee. There's, you know, all the other ones, and they all fought and killed each other for different parts of the land and hunting territory. It's the same thing. So we have to focus on the present day. and the future going forward on what we're doing. You know, we can't say that, you know, just because you are a Republican, you're racist, or if you're a leftist, you know, I don't even know what to, you know, it's very heartbreaking to see what's going on in this country. You know, I think the fighting should be between just the people versus, like, literally the maybe 300 people really controlling the country. The ones that are giving millions of dollars to Trump and to Biden at the same time. Or the ones that, you know, are sticking us with things. I mean, I don't know where everyone's view of that whole thing is and was, but obviously there were mistakes made, and I don't know, it's not a party side issue. It's right and wrong, you know. So I just want to say that, you know, people on one side, please don't call the other side, you know, dirty names or label them all as something, because you're doing the same thing that, oh, where's my dog? That's too far. That everyone else is doing, you know. So we need to all work together. You know, I'm not putting no freaking Trump flag on my car or anything like that, you know. I got a tattoo of New Jersey. Well, that's not it. Where is it? You know, super left-leaning state. I'm proud of my, you know, roots. I grew up, you know, in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Definitely didn't have any, you know, privilege, or, I mean, my mother, God bless her, she had to go hungry, you know, so I could eat many of times. My stepfather, the one that pretty much raised me, you know, he you know, a white guy, you know, Irish gang member, you know, formerly when he was, you know, teenager, you know, with drug addictions. You know, that's not white privilege. He died of freaking AIDS, you know. I mean, we need to work together. I grew up in an area where, you know, my town, being white, was a minority. There were 12 or 13, you know, white kids in my high school, and I called them the Dirty Dozen because I didn't hang out with them because they were white trash. You know, not all of them, but the majority of them, the white kids, you know, they want to be, you know, all cool and everything too, and, you know, trying to be gangster, and that's not right. You know, they didn't have white privilege. They're probably all dead or in jail. You know, I do understand systemically, there is this system was built on the backs of colored people, and I know for sure there's still racism to this day, 100%. You know, my ex-girlfriend, when we first started dating, she thought it was cool to call up her brother and ask for a black person joke, and he's like, oh, what do you call a bird? You know, like, mind-blowing. And I just had to stop it there. I was like, this is not happening. I you know, in my coffee shop in Central PA, I had one incident where somebody said something, and it was more, not even like that racist, you know, but it definitely was. And I said, that is not ever happening again in my business, or you will not be in here. You know, so that's how we fight racism. We shut it down. We teach our kids that people are equal, you know, and where the real evil lies is the corruption and the greed that causes people to get into politics so they could make all the rules, so they could benefit and they could succeed in life by holding other people down. That's what's wrong. It's not, you know, we need to stop capitalism. Capitalism is I make something, I earn more trash, and I gain from it. it's bad when you hurt other people or you hurt the planet to gain that. Okay? So you can be a capitalist and be a good person. My business, the Inglebean, the coffee shop, rest in peace, I provided jobs. You know, if I worked at that business myself, I could have made a lot of money. But what I did do is I mainly made it provide more jobs. The person I bought it from, she made a lot more money than me as the owner. And the reason being, I'm sorry, get distracted, cool little rocks. The reason being is because I hired people. You know, I didn't want to make $100,000 a year from the place. I easily could have. You know, I wanted to provide jobs and I got my needs met, you know. It was a little bit of source of an income. I actually didn't even ever get a paycheck from the place. So, you know, but it did feed me. You know, I had a community. I had a place to be. I had enjoyment in life. You know, I had a good lifestyle. So, I don't know. I just want to get it off my chest saying that just because I want to go down and support the truckers, these aren't like the white nationalists or anything like that. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to see how many of these people are people of color. And I will honestly find out who the racists are. And if they are racist, I will say something. Because I'm not scared of people. You know, I'll say what's on my mind. But honestly, I don't see that in society. I grew up in a city. I came out to Central PA. All Trumpers over there. Still a lot of left people. Now that I'm roaming the country, you know, no Trump flags here. But even here, you know, I'm in Arizona. Some people are saying this is the racism capital of the country. I don't see it. I do not see it. I don't see, you know, people going around, you know, a black person walks by and a bunch of those white boys are talking like, oh, look at that guy, you know. I don't see that. I honestly don't see it. It's not out there. And again, I'm not saying that it's not out there. I just don't see it. And because it's not that big of an issue. It really isn't. You know, I have a lot of friends that, you know, are like that. That not are like that, but are people of color. And they don't see it either. You know, every now and then, if, you know, they go to an area, okay, yeah, it's still around. But it's not really the thing that's dividing this country. It's really the power and the evil of the system, of these pharmaceutical companies, of these war machine companies, and what they do through social media like YouTube and Facebook and all that other crap is play with us and have us divide so they could conquer us. They want us to fight each other. Our neighbors that, you know, the Trumpers making 100,000 and the Bidener, is there a Bidener name for it? I don't know. They're the same people. You know, the Bernie Sanders people. You know, I really believe that's how Trump got into office. Because the left, they were so power hungry to be the ones in charge. They wanted to put their own boot on their own opponent or teammate, Bernie Sanders, and say, no, you want too much change to happen. We don't want that. So they sacrificed the election just so they didn't have to give somebody with true power control. They thought that they could beat Trump. They didn't, you know, and Trump didn't do anything. You know, God bless his soul. You know, he didn't, you know, want to get into wars with countries. He wanted to talk to North Korea and talk to Russia. You know, nowadays I see everybody, you know, again, the Republicans too. They just want these wars. They want to fight Israel and Hamas and China and Russia and Ukraine and Portugal. That's right, Portugal. You're next on our list. But that's all I want to say. I know it's already long, but I just had to get off my chest. I'm sure this video will get 9 views. Because when I talk about something serious, it never gets out there. So anyway, this we are heading out to the trucker convoy out here in Quartzsite. We're going to Yuma February 2nd. And you know what? If I go down there and I see it's all racism, I'm going to put that out there. I'm going to YouTube the videos of all these racism. All these racists. You know, because I'm white. They'll definitely get me in the club, you know. But if that doesn't happen, please, people that are saying one side is something else, please, let's work together. All right, Eddie Murphy. That's my favorite person in the world. He just wants for us all to get along. All right, everybody. Dennis Allen, City Boy Homesteader. Hopefully, I'll see you guys down in Yuma at the trucker convoy. You know, most of the people, a lot of the people are the Canadian truckers. You know, I don't think anybody was saying that it was racist, was it? No. So, all right. See y'all later.